Space Age Mars Episode 3 in Forge of Empires. The second part of this Space Age Mars video series showed how I arrived on the planet Mars and completed the first battles. Today, fighting is the dominant aspect of the video, as on the Mars I have to fight a lot. We continue where we interrupted at the end of episode 2. In the province Mathaben, the opponent still does not have a fighting bonus and uses a single wave only. Whenever the computer uses flying units, example given the Sentinel, the fast unit of Space Age Mars, you must not use artillery only. Artillery cannot attack flying units. In that case, heavy units are the right choice. The problem is that I still don't have enough heavy units. Therefore, I have to use a single heavy unit combined with 7 rogues. On the province map, this always is a risk. Different to the guild expedition, since the industrial age, rogues are not necessarily attacked first. This did not change in Space Age Mars. Therefore, I am very cautious to make sure that my rogues get converted. I pay less attention on field bonuses. In the end, I succeed. Not losing a single rogue is nice, but not that important. I am very happy that my valuable heavy unit survived. The next sector offers exactly the same scenario. By the way, I deleted the battle sound in this video, as this was a request in many comments below the previous video, and of course it is a pleasure for me to follow your wishes. With every fight, my experience with these new units grows, and I complete this battle already a bit better. Sectors containing light and heavy units only can be easily conquered with the artillery of the virtual future. Due to their property mortar, this is hitting more units in a certain range around the target. I think this is the best unit for this and not only a workaround, because I still cannot build the artillery unit of Space Age Mars. A mix of ranged and fast units I can then counter with a heavy unit plus 7 rogues. The heavy unit is a champion this time. Directly after reaching Space Age Mars, I used a 1-up kit to bring my champion retreat to the new age. Since then, my Alcatraz also delivers champions of Space Age Mars. This is so important as I still cannot produce my own heavy units from Space Age Mars. In the next sector, I combine artillery with 2 heavy units. That is not perfect, as the battle shows. I better should have replaced 2 artillery units by 2 rogues, which would have avoided losing 1 artillery unit. The Space Age Mars units have a property to double their damage with a chance of 20%. This is comparable to a built-in Arctic Orangery on level 67. As a result, Mars units occasionally can kill with a single hit. In the next sector are ranged units, fast units and heavy units. With this constellation, I am worried about the risk to lose the heavy unit before the first rogue might be converted. So I decide to use 2 champions. As we see, this was more careful than necessary, but better than having a complete loss. The light and heavy units in the next sector again are best for the rocket troops of the virtual future. This first province is a sort of training for exploring handling and possibilities of the Space Age Mars units. There are no special challenges hidden. You can conquer all sectors on your first day in Space Age Mars without having to fear unexpected challenges. By completing the province Mathaben, I now can get Mars ore. I have to start scouting, which requires 250 credits. After 4 hours, I then can start a battle, and after winning this, I can collect between 4 and 8 Mars ore. The first fight I planned the same way I did for all sectors on the province map, but these ore battles have their own rules. Different to the battles to conquer sectors, here rogues are attacked with priority. And these battles have completely different fighting bonuses. The province itself had no bonuses at all. But now, in that battle for Mars ore, the opponent has a bonus of 110% in attack and defense. The artillery of the virtual future still can handle that very good, although its base values are only half of what the Mars Age units have. Previous steps from age to age were approximately 30% only. The Mars Age units make a much bigger step. The second province is Rusticori. Everybody wants to conquer it as soon as possible to get access to the PvP tower so that all battles count there. Once again, opponent units don't have fighting bonus, but occasionally you will have 2-wave battles. This province will also be completed quickly. The province Cardine is the last one without fighting bonuses. More and more it becomes clear that Space Age Mars is mainly dominated by artillery and heavy units. Unfortunately, I still cannot build these. Therefore, I use these very carefully to avoid unnecessary lost units. Beside that, this province is not difficult at all and provides the first resource deposit of Space Age Mars, enabling me to build the first goods-producing building on Mars. Even if you see here as I collect goods from it, it is a rare exception. I have that building, but I don't use it much at the moment. The production of Mars goods does not consume unrefined goods of previous ages, but instead Mars ore. But I urgently need Mars ore for the research in the technology tree. Every second research consumes hundreds of Mars ore. With a production rate between 4 and 8 goods every 4 hours, this takes like forever. So the most important next step is exploring more Mars ore deposits. One more Mars ore deposit can be found in the province Redin. Now the opponent's units have a bonus of 50% on attack and defense. Some sectors are really simple due to 2 reasons. They only have 1 wave and the artillery can destroy everything immediately. Of course, it is fun to also use all the other Mars Age units in other sectors. They have their unique purposes and strength. But I only have a few of these from Guild Expedition rewards. My stock of these units is still very limited. Therefore, I cannot afford often as many losses per battle as shown in this example. But also such experiments are necessary to discover the best set of units for each purpose. In this case, I still need to find possibilities to improve it. Let us have a look on the province map. I arrived there in the province Mathaben, where I found the first deposit of Mars ore. With the province Rusticori, I got access to the PvP tower. Carsign provided the first deposit to produce Mars Age goods. Redin then gave me the second Mars ore deposit. For this, the same rules are applied as for the first Mars ore deposit, only the scouting costs are increased to 333 credits. The only reason for using light units of Space Age Mars is that I still cannot produce the other units. Due to the Space Marines barracks, also my Alcatraz delivers some unattached units every day. These Mars Marines have bonuses, especially against heavy units. Back to the province map of Space Age Mars. After completing Verdun, I made the mistake to take the province Nobesia next. I think this is a mistake because this postponed my access to the third Mars ore deposit. Being able to produce other Mars Age goods doesn't help while I do not have enough of the required Mars ore. It is better to get access to the third Mars ore deposit first. The second goods deposit is not that urgent. The battles in Nobesia are already a bit more challenging. I take the risk to send a single Space Age Mars hero along with 7 rogues. As known well, the computer has no priority to attack rogues first on the province map, but it works quite well. I lose my champion in this battle and it will be tomorrow until I will have it again. The supply of military units defines the speed of my progress now. Desperate of the permanent lack of units, I remembered how valuable the Hoover tank of the future era even was in the virtual future for me. But against the huge basic values of Space Age Mars units, they simply don't have enough power and, in fact, they no longer can be used. I am a member of the guild Musketeers. This guild wants their members to not only complete the guild expedition level 4, but on weeks with challenging competitors to have this done until Thursday evening latest. So I start Tuesday morning with the guild expedition. Of course, the first levels are as simple as usual, but already with the last platforms of level 3, I have some problems and decide to negotiate instead of fighting. The first platforms of level 4 I can fight again. As shown here, these battles are not that simple for me. The opponent has 200% bonus on attack and defense. As long as the lost units are rogues, it doesn't hurt. But starting with the fourth platform of level 4, I prefer to negotiate. Units of previous ages, example given the rocket troops of the virtual future, make so little damage against Mars Age units that at the last platforms of level 4 they are impossible to use with my fighting bonuses. I will have to improve this in the next weeks, as I then will be able to build the other Space Age Mars units. I support my guild Musketeers every night at 8 p.m. in GVG. They are happy to have one more Space Age Mars player now. As mentioned before, especially the heavy units are great. But I only have a few, and these I need in the guild expedition and on the province map. Instead, for GVG I use the Space Marines, the light unit of Space Age Mars combined with rogues. This works pretty well and I complete many battles in GVG successfully. It was an interesting second week in Space Age Mars. The next steps will soon be shown in episode 3 of this little Space Age Mars series.